a night of fish. Y'all know what time it is. That's right, it's B-Wall. We're on the Combahee River, and boy do we have a treat for you today. It's a beautiful day. We're gonna get some of them brim, maybe a couple catfish. I don't know, depends on what's biting. You best believe I got me some boiled peanuts. It's about to go down, folks. Stick around, you don't wanna miss this one. Small hook. I usually do my cricket through the back of the neck and out through the tail. That's a good one. Oh yeah, that's a real good one. That's a bass. It's a catfish. Oh yeah, he'd be good to eat. That's some freaking good eating right there, folks. Look at that. And I barely got him hooked. Look where I got him hooked at, right in the whisker. What you got to say, boy? He's talking to me. There's a better one right there, too. Red breast. He will be so good in the frying pan, huh? Put him right in the lip. In the frying pan. There's one. Ain't a bad one, but really could want bigger than that. Oh, that's a nice one. What is that? That might be a freaking bass. That's gotta be a big brim. Big brim. Oh my God, look at that joker right there. Finally got one big one, dude. Look at that. That is what we're looking for. Fat daddy brim right there, son. Heck yeah. What are the odds there's more right there? Probably not, because we've been having a hard time today, but there could be a chance we got a couple more in there that could be hungry. I mean, he didn't even really smack it. He just kind of ate it and took it down. Usually pretty high when you catch a big one like that. Got another bite. Got him. Oh my gosh. That's a big one right there. That is what we're looking for. Boys and girls. Oh my gosh, look at that joker. That is a bona fide panfish for sure. Look at that freaking brim. Oh my gosh, he's freaking huge. And a live well. Right about here from the bank. That's another good one, dude. It's another good one. Oh, what a cast. Smaller one. You can always tell the small ones because they don't just grab it and start swimming with it. There's one. Oh. A little bit bigger, but still not enough meat on them to keep. Them's gonna be so good in the frying pan. So I got my pliers for my catfish, spoon for my brim, and a fillet knife. We're gonna start on the catfish. Get behind that hard bone, make us a cut down. All we're gonna do with this catfish is we're just gonna skin him. After you get it past over that dorsal fin, it gets a lot easier. And that's it. Pull his head off, and all the entrails come with it. And then we got the straight catfish right there. Some people watching, might think this is gross or whatever, but when you go to the restaurant or the grocery store and you buy meat, those animals don't clean themselves. God put these animals and these fish and deer and whatever else you might kill on the earth so we can harvest them and eat them. So that's what I'm gonna do. Now these fish have been sitting on ice overnight. And what I usually like to do, I'll take my spoon first and go ahead and just rake all these scales back. I'm gonna get all the way up to his head there, because that's good meat, all the way up to his head. Get that out. We'll just cut that up like that. And I'll feel where the meat stops and slice down right there. And I'll go until I can feel I've gone through that bone. After you've gone through that bone, you just pull them all out and everything comes with it. Got some fish eggs there. My granddad used to love to eat these. I never tried any. I was just always grossed out by it. So I ain't eating no fish eggs. Not today anyway. Might try some one day, but. And then that's pretty much it. We'll take our knife and scrape all that out. Get it started, and then we can pull the rest of it out by hand easily. Rinse it off, and you've got a beautiful brim ready for frying. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean the rest of these fish, and we'll see y'all in the kitchen. So you want to do a final once over of your fish in the sink. Clean them good, make sure you got everything out of them, and then once you do that, you want to get them in a bowl. Just salt and pepper. We're gonna let these soak in that salt and pepper for about 30 minutes while we get our potatoes cut up and our grease warmed up, and then we'll be ready to throw them in some flour and some cornmeal. Just got some leftover grease from the last time we fried. We got our fish in our bowl, all salt and peppered. While I was letting those soak, I went ahead and cut some potatoes up into chips. Usually we like to do fish fried rice with this, but just to keep it simple for lunch today, our 50-50 mix of cornmeal and flour, and then I threw some black pepper in there. I'm just gonna take our fish and coat them on both sides really well. This is gonna make a mess because this bowl is not big enough, but we'll make it work. Get them nice and coated. And after that, we'll take it and just throw him down in the grease. Now these aren't going to take long at all to fry, and what I usually like to do is I like to, since I'm doing this in a flat cast iron pan and not a deep fryer, I like to flip them often. That way one side doesn't burn and they cook evenly all the way around. And that's perfect. That's what you want it to look like on the side, right there. I went ahead and lightly salted and put some more black pepper on them after I took them out. That way that salt can soak into that skin. Those are gonna be good. Got our fish out. Look at that. Do our potatoes real quick. Won't take these long with that grease, how hot it is. And we'll be ready to eat. All right, y'all. These chips are perfect. Comment down below. Do y'all like y'all's potato chips, fried potato chips a little on the softer side, or do you like them crispy? I like a little mix of both. That's why I cut a little bit thicker, and then I got some thin ones right here. Look at that. Those are gonna be extra crispy. I try to spread them out so they don't stick together, but there's always a couple that end up doing anyway. Grab our salt and just shove them down. Pepper. And try not to get burnt, but then you gotta flip them around a little bit. A brim. We're gonna split the catfish, Brooke and I. I'm gonna get one side of it and she'll get the other side. And then I'm gonna take some chips here. Not many, but just enough. And then I always like to take a little bit of Heinz ketchup for my chips. Not the fish, just the chips. It's gotta be Heinz. And then I'll take a chip. That was a crispy one right there. The brim. First thing you do, always do, eat the tail first. It's the best part on the fish. Then how my man told me how to do it, I take the dorsal fin and I pull that out first. And you can see that it takes all the bones out with it, right there. And then you can eat that. But for the sake of time, you can see you got a flap of meat right here, right? You stick your fingers back behind that, and it's still really hot. Woo. And you can pull that meat all the way off right there. Whoo! God dog, it's still hot. All right, so I'm not gonna put my fingers all the way in there because it's burning them, but as you can see, you got a big old piece of meat right there with no bones in it. This is my favorite kind of fish to eat. This was what I was raised up on. When I was growing up, me and my cousins, Papa and Mama, we'd go to the ponds, load down on brim, bring them back, clean them, and fry them. Once you get towards the middle, you got to be careful. There's pin bones in here. You can't even see that, it's so small, but this whole lower area, there's one. See how small that bone is? Be careful if this is your first time doing this, but this whole area right here, the lower part, will be loaded with bones. But usually this top part here, the top part of meat, you don't have to worry about it. You just, that's so good. The catfish. For the most part, it's the same. But you're gonna have a lot more thick meat on the side of this catfish. As you can see, it comes right off. And that's really good as well. My favorite is the brim, just for how flaky it is. I mean, it's like a crappie. It just flakes right off, and it's the best thing ever. So, we're gonna put the camera down, eat this good food while it's hot. I don't know where y'all going, but y'all gotta get the heck out of here.